top rides in Panama, and partially that depends on how far you want to go, what you consider a short ride or what you consider a long ride. Some of my favorite rides in Panama tend to be longer, but I like to do long distance riding. One is the ride from Paso Canoas, which is up by the Costa Rican border, over the mountains through Rio Sereno to Volcan. But of course, you've got a 6-hour ride to get up to Paso Canoas. And honestly, the ride from here up to David isn't all that interesting. But if you're going to, be taking a few days to go up to Volcan, to to Boca del Toro, to Boquete, then there are some nice rides up around that area. The ride over to Boca del Toro to Chiriquí Grande is a nice ride over the mountains, although the road is generally in pretty poor shape. It's a beautiful views, but it's not an easy ride. The ride from Chiriquí Grande to Almirante along the coast is one of my favorite rides. It's just kind of beautiful through jungles, nice winding roads. So that's a nice ride. And if you decide to ride over to Boca del Toro, it's pretty easy. You can store the bike safely there in a guarded parking lot, and then take the ferry over to Bocas. Another nice ride is up through the Azuero Peninsula, going down through Las Tablas and taking the cutoff at Las Tablas to Cambutal, which goes over to Vanao Beach. And that's a nice ride through the mountains for about an hour or so. But again, you have to get up there. A closer ride to home is a ride out to Gatun Lake by way of El Espino. You go up past Chorrera to El Espino, and then you got quite a nice ride out to the lake for about a half an hour or an hour. There's a couple of little restaurants, fondas out there that you can ride. But I did that ride a couple of weeks ago, and it's a really nice ride. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, if you do the ride up around Volcan and go on the road from Volcan toward Rio Sereno, there's a place where there's some hot springs. And if you look up hot springs in the name of the hot spring is Pozos Termales de Silla Pando. And it's a hot springs along the side of the river. It's not commercial. You have to go in a couple of kilometers on a dirt road, not a very good dirt road. So again, it's not a bike to do with your Goldwing or your Harley so much, but it's a great little spot outside of Volcan. Those are some of my favorites. Of course, to me, I really like riding up to through Costa Rica, over on the Boca side, up through Cahuita and that area, but that's obviously a longer ride.